Utah lawmakers and business leaders may have just met their biggest nightmare. He comes with an army. Dr. Brian Moench, president of the civic group Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment, with over 230 members and growing. Utah anesthesiologist and activist, age 63. Background: undergraduate degree, University of Utah School of Medicine, 1977. Internship, LDS Hospital, 1978. Residency and fellowship, Massachusetts General Hospital, 1981. Board certified in anesthesiology, 1983. Source: healthgrades.com. The problem: we're in a public health emergency for much of the winter, said Brian Moench, a 62-year-old anesthesiologist and president of Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment, which delivered the petition demanding action at the Utah Capitol. Source: washingtontimes.com. The issue: we feel the technology is currently available to make Utah a healthier and cleaner place. We are striving to convince our local business and government leaders that the health of all Utahns should come first. Source: uphe.org. A first-hand experience. Dr. Brian Moench, February 23, 2014, the Salt Lake City Library main branch. In the presentation, Breaking Bad. What were the highlights of today's speech? Not all pollution is created equal. One example is wood smoke. Dr. Moench. Wood smoke is one of the most toxic sources of pollution and carries with it 12 times the cancer risk of cigarette smoke. The free radicals in wood smoke are active 40 times longer than those found in tobacco smoke. This free radical damage from air pollution causes inflammation, the main issue for all health effects of air pollution. How can we help ourselves? Eat chocolate. Yes, Dr. Moench is an advocate for chocolate consumption. Go ahead and eat your heart out. He even believes that if it's not dark chocolate, it's still good.
Deadly air pollution. And when I say deadly, I mean really deadly, and we're going to talk about how. Basically, we're a society of pyromaniacs. We love to set things on fire. And when we set things on fire, things happen. We create emissions of all kinds of various and sundry types. And I'm wondering if this is one of the things we set on fire. This, of course, is a BYU fraternity stunt. And the reason why I have that picture there is because if you were to try and get an overall feeling for what kind of a health impact our overall air pollution problem creates for you personally, it would be about the same as if you lived with an active smoker, which is about a quarter of the impact as if you were doing the smoking yourself. So I use that analogy not just because it has some sort of scientific basis, but because it also has obviously some emotional tether to it, as it should, so that people understand this is really a health problem. And it's to the extent that it's affecting an awful lot of people, children, babies, developing fetuses and so forth, it not only is a scientific, a moral, or excuse me, a health problem, it's also a moral problem. We're going to talk more about that in a minute.
If you are not yet familiar with the work of Dr. Brian Moench, chances are, if you stay in Utah, you will become familiar with this man and his mission. You may be asking yourself, why? Why does this anesthesiologist from Salt Lake City, Utah, speak so passionately about air pollution and the health effects? Why has he dedicated 7 years of his life to this cause? The issue is personal to Dr. Brian Moench. as I found out today when I got to ask him this very question. 7 out of 12 of my immediate family members have cancer. I've had it twice. Dr. Brian Moench got choked up and broke down into tears, citing it was one of his daughter's battles with cancer that made this issue personal to him. That was the catalyst for his work as an advocate. Utah's Clean Air Rally, January 25th, 2014, at the Utah Capitol Building. Dr. Moench is the voice for change for the 5,000 Utahns who attended this historic event.
Critical social movements often have a watershed event. Today is that event for clean air, clean energy, and a clean future for Utah. It is time to resuscitate Utah democracy and make our government reflect the will of the people which you have seen today. You are the ones that can make that happen. The battle for clean air has not been won today. It has just begun.
If you live in Utah, especially the Salt Lake Valley, from Logan to Provo, this issue is changing your life whether you know it or not. It is time to educate yourself. According to Dr. Moench, here are some things we can do to help improve Utah's air quality. Demand tighter regulations at the federal level. No wood smoke. Stop refineries from expanding. Close Stericycle, the medical waste incinerator. Carpool. Ride a bike. Consider the statement, "This is the place," and change your attitude to save, "This is the place."